Today I'm going to be demonstrating cheese quesadillas, which is very basic, using flour tortillas. Finely shredded cheddar cheese is what I like best. A little bit of butter, and if you like taco sauce, you can add a little bit of taco sauce. So basically, all you're going to do is have some softened butter or margarine, which I have here. I have a piece of wax paper to lay down, and I have 2 flour tortillas on the piece of wax paper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly coat, very lightly coat, one side of each tortilla. A very light coating. You shouldn't really see the butter. Remember, too much butter is really going to make your tortilla burn a little bit too. Okay, so very, very light coating. You want to remember that quesadilla is just really cheese between 2 tortillas. It's the American equivalent to a grilled cheese. The country originated from would be Mexico, and if possible, if you are home, you could add any other fillings, chicken, shrimp, veggies. That definitely would have to be cooked prior to putting it on your tortilla here. So what I did is I coated one side of each tortilla. I have my griddle preheating in the back here. If you don't have a griddle at home, you can always use a frying pan or a skillet. Okay, so I have that at 375. I just took it down a notch because I had a few issues videotaping and I had to do a couple takes on it. So I'm hoping this is the last. And I ran out of storage on my phone, so I had to do some deleting. All right, so what I'm going to do is I don't want the cheese on the butter. The butter goes on the outside. So I'm going to flip over one side so there is no butter here. And then I'm going to take some cheese and I'm going to put it on the tortilla. Again, this is the side without the butter. Okay, I'm going to go like that. If you wanted salsa, you can add a little bit of salsa here. You may want to wait to the end to put salsa or any type of taco sauce. I'm then going to put the top on, but again, the butter's on the outside. I'm going to bring it to my griddle, and you're probably going to hear it sizzle. Don't know if you can hear it sizzle. I'm going to move my wax paper, and I'm going to try to bring the griddle closer so you're able to see. I then have a spatula. I'm going to take my spatula, so we have this nice big plastic spatula, and you're going to press down. That's going to help the cheese adhere. I'm going to grab my cutting board. And I also have a pizza wheel to do the cutting also. All right, so I'm going to give that some time. You should get a little bit of a brown coloring, a little bit golden color here too. I'm going to continue to press down. You can lift it up a little bit. I tend to hold my finger there and see if we're cooking. I'm going to bump it back up here to continue the cooking process. So I do like to have you press it down. It's definitely different than a pancake when I said do not pat it down at all. So it's been about a minute or two. I'm going to check it again. I'm going to hold my finger here and I'm going to flip it quickly. Beautiful. Look at the nice golden color I have. It's a little bit crisp on the outside here. It's not burnt. It's golden. Again, you want to give it plenty of time for it to get a little bit crispiness there. Again, it's all to your own personal liking and how you like it, but you definitely want it cooked to have some crunch to it. All right, so again, I'm just going to continue to press down. Kind of a waiting game. So again, in class, we have the griddle, so there can be 2 quesadillas being cooked at the same time. Okay, so what I'll try to do is possibly have 2 of these nice big spatulas for each group, but to be honest, I don't think I have 2 for every group. So the 2 people that are going to be working here will have to share the 1 spatula, okay? Because everybody will be preparing their own quesadillas and then eating their own quesadilla. So I'm going to check it again. Remember, this is hot. The griddle is extremely hot here. You can't wear oven mitts, so do be careful of any jewelry you have on or your wrist so you don't hit the side. Okay, so this side it's getting a little golden color. Don't know if you quite see it, but I like it to have a little bit more golden color, and I like it a little crunchy. So I'm going to leave it maybe about 30 more seconds. Again, I'm just pushing it down. And then you could choose to eat it full like this. You could choose to cut it into 2. You could cut it into 4. You could cut it into 6. You could cut it into 8. Okay, so I'm going to use a pizza wheel and show you how to do that. Check it one more time. Give it another 15 seconds possibly. I noticed when I moved it over this way, it wasn't heating up that much, so it could be this griddle. Every griddle is going to work differently too. Just give it some time. I know you guys are going to be hungry and are going to want to eat it, and you only get one. So again, you're learning how to do things in class. You take away and you can add more to it at home and have as many as you like, or as many as your family will buy you. And this is always great. My students always say, Mrs. Sauer, I make quesadillas at home. So I got a little bit crispiness with that. I'm going to put it over on my griddle, on my cutting board. I'm going to move my griddle to the side so you can see. So I have a cutting board here. I have a nice golden color on both sides. I'm going to take my pizza wheel, is usually easier. You could use a knife. And then I'm going to cut. So again, you can cut it in 4s. 6, 8s. Okay, so I like to cut it into little 8s because I like little bitty pieces, because it actually seems like I'm eating more. All right, so delicious and very, very easy to make. So flour tortillas, could use corn tortillas, some finely shredded Mexican cheese, cheddar jack cheese, and a little bit of butter. I'd rather use butter or margarine than using cooking spray. Just definitely gives it a better flavor on the outside of the tortilla. Okay, so hopefully you'll enjoy making the quesadillas and possibly making them at home for your own families. Enjoy!